Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. This is Kevin Smith with First Team Real Estate here in Southern California. And today I would like to introduce my title rep here at Ticor, and his name's Austin Kikuchi.
You're almost there. Yeah, you're almost there.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So we've been talking recently with some of the deals that have come up, and some things that have been kind of overlooked is preparing for death, right?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of trust issues with things closing on
Quite
time.
literally, we have trust issues.
We have trust issues. That's right. So some things are just not closing on time, and it has to go back to kind of preparing ahead of time. So can you tell us a little bit about any other situations that you've had come up recently?
Yeah, matter of fact, so last week, death happens at very unexpected times. Yeah. And especially when you're in a transaction. For say, mom and dad, they both passed away, unfortunately, and they were in a trust. And we don't have any idea who is next up to take over this transaction and get us to the closing of escrow. So we have to always look back, and eventually we found out who the right people were to sign the docs. We got the deal closed.
Yeah, so from the realtor's standpoint, a lot of times when I take the listing, obviously I'm looking over a lot of the disclosures, making sure the people that are signing are the ones on title. But I do know that there have been some issues where maybe somebody was the supposed executor or beneficiary that are signing for the wrong person.
And trust me, when it comes to family, we sometimes fight more than we want to help each other out. So someone who might think they have rights over the property, if we look at the trust documents, they might not. And this was actually the case last week. Someone came up, thought they had full rights over it, and really they didn't.
Right. Okay, so what are some of the solutions? If there's people out there that may think they have a trust, or I know for me, I did mine in 2002, but I haven't really updated it since. So,
really first and foremost, talk to your real estate agent and ask them, hey, how is my property vested? Because what we can see on the title side is how you vest your property. And that's the first step you should take. And then secondly, find those trust documents, because that's going to stay in the trust is like the law when it comes to selling a property or any of your assets under that trust, to help us align what the procedures are to make sure you are kept safe.
Great point. And then there's irrevocable and then revocable, right? So we need to make sure that those are in the right.
Yeah, and that's a common term in trust. So revocable, and obviously always speak to your attorney in the matter of this, but in my profession, revocable, you can adjust at any time. You can make changes, make amendments to ensure that, hey, my game plan here is I'm going to change it just a little bit, but irrevocable, it's very strict guidelines. Whoever made that trust into irrevocable, they're the ones that get the rights and decisions on what happens next.
Okay, good point. So there's always some questions too about wills. As you mentioned earlier, there have been circumstances where there's a will, there is no trust. How does that affect closings for title?
So that kind of runs us into the probate topic. Wills, they go straight to probate. Like Kevin was saying earlier, you can write that on a napkin essentially and say, what's going to happen to my property? It's kind of true, but that still doesn't legitimately litigate or allow the property to be, transferred in any way, shape, or form.
And typically how long is, I know in California it can be a little bit different than other states out there, but typically how long is the probate take?
6 to 2 years, 6 months to 2 years. It's honestly, it can be a very, very long time to transfer.
And pretty costly too.
Costly, and it's all based off of the value of the home at the end of the day.
So the values here in California obviously are extremely high. The family member may have purchased it at a really low price and now it's appreciated. So they're going to take the value of the actual market value, not the equity in the home.
Correct.
So be prepared for that. So I guess the best thing to say is be prepared. Look over your documents now. If you need a recommendation on a estate planner or a CPA, feel free to reach out to either of us. We'll feel free to help you out with that. So hope to see you guys all next week. Talk to you all soon. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.